What is going on, Jet fans? I am Matt O'Leary, back with some
breaking news.
Corey Davis, former Jets wide receiver, is applying for reinstatement after missing the 2023 season. He stepped away late in training camp last year to tend to personal matters, and he is ready to come back and is applying for reinstatement for the 2024 season. Should the New York Jets be interested in bringing him back? We're going to get into it. Have you ever Googled yourself and were shocked to see your personal information exposed on one of those public listing sites? Data brokers are making a fortune selling your information to robocalls, spammers, and others who want to learn more about you, like where you live. As a public figure, this type of stuff is an absolute nightmare for me. Private information should remain that, private. This is why I'm pumped to tell you about our new sponsor, Aura. Aura can identify data brokers exposing your information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required to remove your info if you ask them to, but they make it super hard to do it. Let Aura handle that for you. You can try Aura for free for 2 weeks using my link, aura.com/Matt O'Leary. Aura also does so much more to protect you and your family from online threats you can't see. It's really easy to set up, so you don't have to download several different apps to get things like parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft insurance, and more. You get everything at one affordable price. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online so you can focus on other tasks with peace of mind. Once again, start your 2-week free trial by using my link and going to aura.com/Matt O'Leary. The link is also in the description for this video, so make sure to check it out. Okay, so first and foremost, really the most important thing in discussing all of this is that whatever has happened in Corey Davis's personal life, he feels comfortable coming back to the NFL. So that's a great thing that I am happy for. I'm happy for him. And if just looking at the player, he was productive for the New York Jets. He was not a number one receiver, which they paid him money to come in and essentially be Zach Wilson's number one target in the passing attack, at least for his rookie season. But he was relatively productive for the New York Jets. In 2022, he played in 13 games, had 536 yards and 2 touchdowns. 9 games in 2021, 492 yards and 4 touchdowns. He had the knack for getting in the end zone. He had the knack for having some clutch catches in his career. I mean, the Tennessee Titans game, he had that long big play touchdown. He had 2 touchdowns in Zach's first game in 2021. He had the catch that ended up getting the Jets back in the game against the Browns in 2022 and was, at least with the Jets, again, a productive level player. Now, the New York Jets are going to honor his release and make him a free agent, but as noted in the report, they would be open to bringing him back, or it's possible for him to come back. And the question then becomes, should the Jets be interested even in bringing Corey Davis back? Now, if you think that Corey Davis is going to come back and definitely be a number wide receiver too, that is a risk that I am not willing to take. But the risk that I'm willing to take is a 1-year flyer on him, which I believe he would have to sign after missing an entire season in 2023. He did not play a single game. He retired or stepped away right before the start of the season. And again, you don't know what he's going to be. So it's not like you're going to sign him to this big multi-year contract or this big cap number that he was originally brought in for back before the 2021 season when he first signed with the Jets. What is that, 3 years ago? But as a respected leader in the locker room and a guy that they really liked and a guy that Aaron Rodgers seemed to really like, at least during OTAs and the early parts of training camp before he was gone, I think you could do worse for a third option. They don't really have a third option unless you're, really banking on Allen Lazard to have a bounce back year. But I'm about adding as many weapons to this offense as humanly possible. And if bringing back Corey Davis as a 3 allows you to then add another wide receiver in here, and then Allen Lazard's like your 5th wide receiver after you draft somebody even as well, that now you're really starting to cook. Now you're really starting to have some much needed depth at a position that the Jets didn't really have much depth at after last year because Corey Davis retired, because Mecole Hardman wasn't any good. Allen Lazard stunk as well. And, they traded away Elijah Moore. So what is it going to cost? I think you're looking at like a 1-year deal at like $4 million, maybe like at the most 5. How much money do you think he's actually going to get after missing a year? It's going to be a relatively cheap deal, and it's someone who has a lot of upside. And I get it. Like, there's injury concern. He got banged up a couple years when he was with the Jets, but you're not paying him and relying on him to be a number 1 or number 2 option on your team. And signing him wouldn't stop you from going out and adding somebody else like a Tyler Boyd, Mike Williams, if you wanted to do bigger swing, whoever, like pick your favorite guy out of a hat. I kind of like it. Again, not as saying, this is the same feeling that you had on Corey Davis before he signed with the Jets in 2021, but just being a reliable pass catcher. The Jets haven't had guys like that. And if he's your third option, again, like, you could do worse than that, assuming you also add someone. I'm not saying sign him. If the Jets were to sign him and be like, this is our plan for wide receiver 2, you're going to have Allen Lazard as a third option and like a rookie. No, that's not enough. But I'm about it. If the Jets want to bring him back, which Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas all have spoke incredibly high on Corey Davis, the organization likes him. We'll see if he liked the organization. I think he did, based on everything that I've heard and seen. And we've guys like Jake Asman, give him credit because he's been on this, said that he was open to returning and wanted to come back to the New York Jets. And guess what? He's coming back to the league, and I think there's a good chance that he re-signs here. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think the New York Jets do? Should they bring back Corey Davis? Do you want to see him back? What would it cost? All that good stuff. Let me know in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a like before you go, and I'll catch you next time.